Guten Abend, good evening, buonasera, buenas noches, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, dobre veče, good dak, shalom, yo estet kovanak, dobre veče, bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Here we are once again. It is Jungle Basin time. This is the map I was suspecting, and Kenzy is now playing against Nex. As it is the second game in this best of three here in the Wednesday Go4SC2, and we have Nex playing against Kenzy. Kenzy was able to take the first games after doing a brilliant defense in the early stages of the game, protecting his hatchery with a 300 HP alive against a very well played cannon zealot rush by Nex. Nex is spawning here as the Blow Protoss. He's behind one game in the bottom right position, and the top left position we have Kenzy as the orange Zerg player. And Probe was in there checking out for a hatchery first play. We take a look at the production tab, and indeed it is a hatchery first. Nex needs to watch out for his probe, otherwise Kenzy might be getting us around. Indeed he did not. So what did Nex on the other hand go for? He opened with a gateway. Maybe of course the gateway into Forge is possible, like we saw in the last game. There he spots the hatchery first once again, and now the big question is, will he go for a fast expansion himself, or will he try to punish his opponent? And the answer is he will try to fast expand himself, but he did not go for a Forge expand. He did for a gateway and then build a Nexus. Of course this allows you to be not that behind in tech, to get some units out instead of some cannons, and he should be able to defend this pretty well, I guess. A possible fast circling attack as soon as those pool is finished. But to be honest, I think Kenzy for the moment will focus a little bit more on macroing stuff up instead of being ultra super duper aggressive. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm really still impressed by this first game, not so much at this time with the gameplay but Nex, but even more with the defensive capabilities by Kenzy and the macro capabilities there as well. But in the end he just had the macro advantage from one point on, and he just knew it, and he kept on expanding, he kept on producing stuff as well. So he was able to get more and more ahead in terms of economy, meanwhile constantly holding off the pushes by Nex. And we see Kenzy bringing his overlords in positions to do some sacrificial overlord scouting, some overseer scouting as well, maybe some Nidals roaming in the future. Everything is possible. Of course, the main base of Jungle Basin is really big. I mean, we see here is the main nexus. There's so much space everywhere, and even here at the natural, still so much space left. And looks like one of the French guys is currently lagging. Looks like he will leave the game pretty soon. What are other options for Kenzy? Of course, going for the road drone, just try to bust the back door open as soon as he is applying some pressure here at the front. But if there are some well-placed force fields with a sentries, your forces can get obliterated pretty fast. So this is more or less a risky move to go for. Of course, what else can you do? Mutalisks. If you can get out quite a nice amount of Mutalisks, you will be able to do some damage there. And 4 gates are there coming up for Nex, so once again he will be on 5 gates, at least for the moment. I guess we should see another gate there pretty soon, because yes, he's on 2 bases, he's mining from 2 bases, he's got how many probes? 27 probes against 34 drones, but he's producing more drones. Oh, actually, for the moment he's not producing any more probes, so looks like he wants to end this game right here, right now. I mean, we saw, especially in the game, for example, against Beastie in the early rounds, where he was able to win with a 4 gate, that he is good in applying some pressure there. And do we have a probe on the field at the front building a pylon? No, we do not. The most forwarded pylon we see is this one. So now the warp gates just finished. There we see the gates open up, and here even more. So 5 gates in total for Nex. On the other hand, once again, Kenzy going with the roach run, and the roach run for Kenzy will be finished in 20 seconds, another 27 seconds for the roaches to pop out, so he will be safe for the moment. The difference this time is that he's got two entrances, the one here at the main, the one at the natural, and of course, very important, muy importante, is that he doesn't have so many spine crawlers. He now just got two spine crawlers. And there we see Nex is moving out already, and there he's moving up the ramp, and Kenzy doesn't have so many units right now. He's forcing a cancel on those two units, getting rid of some overlords, and yes, Kenzy is currently supply blocked. No overlords in production for him, so the two Zerglings he was producing is all what he's producing for the moment, and new overlords still take another 25 seconds to build, so now it is a time frame, the option, the possibility for Nex to do some damage here. But nice force fields actually preventing especially those drones from doing some more damage. There we see another overlord is going down. Kenzy is still supply block 62 over 52, but now he's losing quite a lot of drones, and with the loss of the drones he will free up supply to be able to produce more units. And there we see 6 more roaches in production, and looks like Nex will be able with this 5 gate out of 2 base attack. He's constantly warping in more stuff, and there we see the GG. So this was a very fast game, and the timing by Nex was absolutely brilliant. He was attacking before the spine quarters were finished. He was attacking before Kenzy got enough stuff out, and I think the biggest reason why Nex was to take this game more or less easily is that he was able to Kenzy was supply blocked, and he was supply blocked for about 20-25 seconds before he built another overlord, before he started the overlord, and of course the overlord taking another 25 seconds, it was just too long before there are newly spawned reinforcements for Kenzy, so that's why Nex takes the second game, and now both guys are tied up 1-1 in this best of 3.